Hi guys, Yelliger here. So today I come with a follow-up video. In the last video, about folding your 100% watercolor cards, I figured out a way. I figured out a way. I um I said I was having problems folding the watercolor cards because they'd come out jagged. I'll put that video in the description of what happens if you don't fold them right. In fact, I'll do you one better. Here is the video. Here's the snippet of the video, the part of the video where I was having problems. Here we go. Hi everybody, I have a little update for you. So I had a problem. So this is my cotton paper. It's just a little sample. This is the arches, and I wanted to do greeting cards, but when I folded it, the crease was never that good, and if I overfolded it, it started to fray. The watercolor paper would start to fray at the crease. So if I did it too many times, there, the paper started to deteriorate. Now, I don't know if there's a good way. Now, I don't know if there's a way to avoid that, but I don't know it right now. So, so using my cotton watercolor paper like this wasn't going to be an option. So I still wanted to do greeting cards, so I jumped on Amazon and I found something that might work. So the story is with these watercolor cards that I got on Amazon is they were folded to perfection. They were amazing at that fold. They folded how I wanted them to fold. That part of it was amazing. But the 0% amazing part, the frustrating part, was the watercolor piece. It wasn't the way I like to watercolor. The paper would buckle. The paper would buckle under any amount of watercolor, and it would stay buckled. You couldn't get the buckle out of the paper, and it was just frustrating me. So, two other things that were frustrating me was I couldn't build up my layers to good brightness like how I could do it on cotton. The paper was fighting me. It cannot take that much water and that much manipulation. The second thing, another thing that was frustrating me was lifting. So the scrubbing, the paper would deteriorate and it would deteriorate quickly. So that was another thing that was frustrating me. So I don't like to fight. People was fighting me, and I don't like to fight. I'm a love another fighter. So we broke up. So I went back to my original plan, which was trying to find a solution on how to fold 100% cotton watercolor paper. And so I hope you find this helpful. So let's go. So because I don't have a scoring board yet, we're going to go real basic with it today. Basically, we're going to do real basic today. Really, really basic. You don't have anything. All you have is the watercolor paper and maybe some tools from home. So because of the space restriction on my desk isn't very big. I'm going and so that I can capture the whole thing, I'm going to do it in miniature. But just follow the same steps with any size paper that you want to make a card, any size 100% cotton paper that you want to make a card, and you'll be good. Okay? Where do we start? Okay, so we start with dividing the paper in half. Whatever size you want, divide your paper in half because this is where you're going to fold it. Okay? Down the middle. So I did that. I used this ruler where the markings are all rubbed off, and I tried to divide this two and a half size paper, and I tried to find the 1 1/4 mark. All right, on both sides. No, the paper isn't straight, so this isn't going to be a straight fold. We'll deal with that later on. But that's my line, and I have my eraser. I made it in pencil, and I'm heavy-handed, so you can actually see that line. You want to make sure you don't see the line, so when you're ready to erase it, you don't disturb the paper too much, yeah. But I haven't learned how to be not heavy-handed yet, so there we go. So you make your line, and then you have your eraser handy when you're ready to erase. All right, make sure your eraser is clean. Mine is relatively clean. I just gotta get that spot out of there when you're erasing, or else you're gonna spread the graphite all over the place. We learn that the hard way all the time. So now let's talk about scoring. This is not a scoring tool. This is a pottery tool. I guess it can be any tool you want it to be, whatever you use it for. But this is one of the pottery tools that I use just to smooth out things. but it's perfect for this. You won't have this if you're not a potter or do similar pottery things. This is also a pottery tool. I don't know what you call it, but the internet has been referring to it as a bone knife. This one is made out of wood. Maybe way back in the day it was made out of bone. This one is made out of wood. Um, right. So this tool is also a pottery tool. It's used to reinforce your thumb or as your thumb. So when you want to get into those bowls and smooth something off, this works very well. Also, if you want to get deep down into the bowl and use your thumb on something, this acts as your thumb so you can get your thumb somewhere or your pseudo thumb somewhere and smooth off something. So this is good for smoothing. And in the end, we're going to need to smooth. So anyway, let's talk more action. So just wanted to introduce the tools to you. A ruler, a ruler, um, a scoring tool, a smoothing tool, your pencil, and your eraser. All right. So let's move on. Let's move on from tools because I'm excited and I want to get to it. Get to it, y'all. Get to it. All right. So you're gonna use the scoring tool, and you can replace this that no one has with the back of your paintbrush, actually. So this one is around the same size. All you want is a round bottom, basically, and this will create the area that is going to fold. So if you can find a brush that is smaller than this, that would maybe match this size, that would be great. But if you don't have one, this will do. Um, or you can sand down one to fit, but that would require sandpaper, and that's an additional thing that you don't have right now. But anyway, a scoring tool. Some of you guys have scoring boards, but before I ran out to Amazon, scrolled into Amazon to find a scoring board, I decided to try it this way, and it works, and I'm so happy. But anyway, eventually I might buy a scoring board. They're not that expensive. They're like $30 or something Canadian, on Amazon right now, 2026. So you want to score this line. And the reason why you want to score it, to make that little bend there, is so that the paper gets used to being bendy. So just score, rub down your line, rub it, uh, put some force on it. What you want in the end is when you turn this paper around. Okay. When you turn this, or even can you see that? You see that bend? I know the pencil mark is blocking it. Well, let me see if I turn it around. You can see that. Okay, you see that? You see that fold that is coming on this side? That's what you want. So let's reinforce it a little bit more so that we see it a little bit more distinct. So putting a lot of pressure on it, not like not like amazing Hulk pressure now. Just enough pressure to get that line reinforced back there. Okay, see, you seeing it better now? Um, if you press too hard, you will risk tearing your paper because we already saw in the last video how fragile this paper can be, even though it's cloth. It's made out of cotton. All right, so I have a nice line there that I like, right? You can see it. You can even see it here as a nice line. So I'm going to erase this line now. Don't need it anymore. Um, yeah, don't need it anymore because when you fold it, it's going to be annoying to erase at that time. So we're going to erase it now. All right, so line's gone. And oh, look at that beautiful crease. Look at the beautiful crease. And on this side, it's been creased. All right. So what the YouTube videos didn't show you, they fold the card right away. I'm not gonna fold this card right away because when I did it, I ran into the same problem. The same problem as it would tear on the fold here. No, it didn't tear as bad. Don't get me wrong, it didn't tear as bad. But with the constant opening and closing, it tore. And not only that, I mean, it tore right away too. Like if you weren't super duper carefully tore. So I thought about it and I was like, okay, wait, what is watercolor paper good for? What is 100% cotton watercolor paper good for? Holding water. What happens to 100% watercolor paper, cotton paper, when you put water on it? It becomes very bendy. Oh my gosh. Okay, so with the paintbrush, the same paintbrush that you might have scored it with initially, with the paintbrush, you're gonna get water. Did I not introduce water to the materials and tools? Sorry, it's watercolor. I expected you to have water real close, just like how I did right now in arm's length. Anyway, so you're gonna wet that brush, and we're gonna go down this line with the water. All right. I made a mess. Don't make a mess on your table. I'm going to take my paper towel because we are watercolor artists and we have that handy as well. Should that be in the materials? Should that be in the materials too? All right. So um, make a line of water. You see that water line, right? Okay. On both sides of the crease. All right. To speed things up, you want to do that here on the back as well. So find that crease. Ah, there it is. And put that water line down over that crease. Okay. Um, Prior to this, I did the whole card. I wiped down the whole card with water. But when I did it this way, I found that wiping the whole card down with water was not necessary. You only need that bend. So so here we are. So you're gonna wait. We're patient, right? We're watercolor artists. We're patient. We're gonna wait. We're gonna wait until this card becomes bendy. You see, it started to become bendy already. It was real rigid before, but now it wants to bend like crazy. Huh? Huh? Use that to your advantage. So this was my brainstorm that nobody else thought of on YouTube. I'm happy. I'm smart. I'm sorry. I'm, that was a stupid thing to say, but yeah. So you wait. You wait now. All right. Now, um, I'm going to wait. So I'm going to wait 5 minutes. I'm going to play with my paper as we go, just to see how bendy it is. Okay. And really, you wanna make the paper do what watercolor paper do. So when the water has soaked in and it's not too shiny anymore. Right now it's very shiny. You want to fold it. The reason why I wait until it's not so shiny is water tends to pick up dirt very easily, and when it's this shiny, I just feel like personal feelings here that it would pick up dirt more readily than if it stopped being very shiny and just was normal. But how I'm feeling right now. I'm feeling very impatient. I'm feeling very impatient, and I want to fold it. I want to fold it so bad. Um, so I'm testing how bendy this is. So now it's very bendy. And this is what you want. You want it to be bendy so that when you're folding it, it accepts that fold, accepts that crease. So I'm liking how bendy it is right now, right? So you see that crease in the middle here? Okay, follow that crease. Follow that crease, follow that crease, fold. Press, 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 press. Okay. And now you have a fold. Okay. You have a fold right on that crease. Take your bone knife. Okay. Ideally, wait until it's not that soaking wet, right? And take your bone knife. Make sure it's clean. This one is clean. It's just shiny because it's been shining a whole lot of stuff. So the wood itself is shiny. So you take that knife, or you know what other people have been using? Other people have been using the handle of scissors to to reinforce that bend to smooth. But I have this tool, I have this pottery tool, so I'm going to use it instead because I like it better. So, so um, it's not completely folded yet. It still has that rugged bend, even though you press it with your hand. So now we're just gonna go over it and just solidify um, that fold. Okay, it's nice and flexible, so it will do it without tearing the paper. Look at that. Look at that. It still hasn't torn. It's still nice and smooth. It's still amazing. Okay. And I don't know. Do you see the excitement in my voice? Do you hear the excitement in my eyes? Oh my God. Do you hear the excitement in my voice? Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. So so now, after smoothing it, and I had to do it a few times with watercolor paper because it's just it was a little bit, hmm, what do you call it? What do you call what do you call it when stubborn? Stubborn. A little bit stubborn. All right. So now it's folded. We reinforce. I'm gonna do it one more time. Reinforce it with that bone knife. Okay. And we don't have to worry about it tearing. Honestly, when I did it dry, you could literally hear the paper struggling and tearing. I don't know if that was just purely psychological pain, but it was a thing for me. And so now it's perfect. So now what you're gonna do now is this bend. You're gonna find something heavy, a book. You're gonna put it in a book. But remember this is wet. I didn't wait until it dried. So I'm going to utilize those. Maybe you can even wait. If you don't have a plastic sheet or a plastic to put over it, wait until it dries a little bit before you put it in your book because moisture in books is not good. But I have these card sleeves from prior videos that I've showed you, right? And I would just put it in the card sleeve, okay, and put it in a book overnight. I even have, oh, where's my little sketchbook? I have everything for this demonstration on my desk. Yeah, okay. So then you just put it in your sketchbook overnight and maybe weight that down with some water. you know, heavy, nice and heavy, so that when I have a demonstration here, I'm going to zoom you out. This one is a 4x6 paper. Lift you up to there. All right, so this one I did in the morning. It's evening time now, and this is how it turned out. I even made an envelope for it. So six by it's a 4x6 envelope. Sorry, but this isn't exactly 4x6. I haven't cut it. I haven't cut it yet. So look at this fold. It's literally a perfect fold. And because I pressed it in a book, it doesn't it doesn't it just stayed. It stayed. It stayed folded. It doesn't want to move now. It goes right back when you try to open it. It goes right back to close. And so now I've solved my problem. I've solved my problem, guys. I know everybody's gonna say, okay, Yoli, why would you want to use your 100% cotton paper that's kind of expensive on cards that are only worth $4? Well, it's a personal choice because cards are meant for loved ones. And when I'm talking about my loved ones, this is what I like to do. So this is how I started. When I was uh, when I was 100% beginner, I'm like 50% beginner now. Wait, is that going back or forward? I don't know. But when I was a real beginner, I wanted to paint. I wanted to paint all the time. And when somebody sent me a card, I would send them back a painting. And and cards is how I communicated with my family. So a family member would send a card to me, and then I'd send back a painting to them. As, hey, thank you for thinking about me, you know? And it was just a card. It was just a flat sheet of paper. Um, it was just a flat sheet of paper. But from those days, I've been thinking, how can I send back a card with writing on it and so on. And so this is kind of a dream of mine since I started painting to be able to send nice, beautiful cards to family and friends. And now I can even sell them on Etsy. So what I wanted to say is whether they sell on Etsy or whether they sell or it's on whether they sell on Etsy or not is another thing. But I'm gonna post them, send it out in the world, and see what the world responds with. Um, so what am I going to say? So the question to circle back to the question, why would you want to use your expensive 100% cotton watercolor paper to make cards? Well, the way how I see it, you have four surfaces: one surface, two surface, three surface, four surface to paint on. Yes, you want to write something on this surface. Okay, so this surface might be blank, but that leaves three other surfaces that you can paint on. So are you really cheating yourself? Are you? If all you want to do is paint all day, three surfaces. If you had the paper this way, like just paper, you would have been painting on the underside anyway, right? You'd have been just painting on this side and then sending it into the world and hiding this side behind a wall, right? So to me, it's equal. To me, it's equal. And we've been playing with this for quite some time now, and it's not even struggling, but it's still wet. But and I can imagine by playing with it a little bit, it is reinforcing the card to say, hey, you're going to be opened and closed, so deal with it. But deal with it in a nice way and note here, please. So yeah, that's my video. So I'm excited to get these cards out in the world, actually. I have a couple of greeting cards that I need to, from family that I need to respond to. So they're going to be my first guinea pigs, and I will see what they think about it. All right. See you guys later. Bye bye.